You're back on live now, Chair.
Update. Yeah. We accept the update on the pooling, and we note the paper. Thank you very much. Right. Item 11, investment panel activity. Nathan, please.
Thanks, Chair. So at the panel's last meeting, Brunel presented the transition plan for the UK property assets. And having considered the projected transition costs, as well as the future direction of the portfolio, specifically in terms of sector exposures, panel were comfortable that the transition should go ahead as planned, and officers are in the process of implementation planning and will report back once the transition's been completed. Otherwise, yeah, the report's just for noting, Chair. I think you might be on mute.
Right. Are there any questions? But I have to remind members that should you wish to discuss Appendix 2, they will have to agree to move into exempt session. Okay. Any questions, please, for Nathan? No questions? The Mayor moved that we actually note the report. And are there anybody against that? Nope. Okay, thank you very much, Nathan. We'll note that report, and we'll move on to item 12, which is risk management annual review. Back to you, Nathan.
Yeah, great, thank you. Thanks again. So this is the annual review of our risk management strategies, where panel bring any recommendations of strategic changes to committee to agree. There are no proposed changes to the corporate bond strategy or the equity protection strategy, and there are no recommendations being made to change the LDI trigger framework either, as this was revised in June and remains appropriate. There is, however, a recommendation to make a change outside of the trigger framework, and just to make clear what you're being asked to agree as part of recommendation 2.3 is that panel are recommending an immediate increase to the inflation hedging component of the LDI strategy, and a further increase to the inflation hedge to the maximum allowable under mandate guidelines following the RPI reform outcome, which is expected sometime in the autumn, and that the suitability of how these increases are implemented, specifically around the timing of them, should be delegated to officers and Mercer. And I think Ross from Mercer is going to talk you through the rationale for the proposed inflation hedge increase, which we will need to move into exempt for.
Thank you, Nathan. Is Mercer there?
We are, yes. Sorry, do you need to do anything to exempt?
Sorry, Ross. Okay.
Yes,
Were you going to take us through that, or?
Bruce, you need to go into accept to do that.
Right, okay, here we go again. Panel is having been satisfied that the public interest should be better served by not disclosing relevant information, proposes, in accordance with provision of section 100A.4, that Local Government Act in 1972, that the public should be excluded from the meeting for this item of business because it's a likely disclosure of the exempt information defined in paragraph 3 of part 1 of Schedule 12A of the Act as amended. Thank you very much.